All right, I have Georgi Karakhanyan who'll be fighting next July 31st at Bellator 263 against Kiefer Crosbie. Georgi, how are you, sir?
Doing good, doing good. Just got back from practice, so doing good.
Yeah, camp's basically over. You're coming into weight cutting week. What's the weight at right now? How are you feeling?
Weight is good. Waking up at 67, 68, so that's 13, 12 pounds. That's nothing. So it's doing good. I feel exactly where I'm supposed to be.
How much nicer is it now to be fighting at 55 versus 45? It's got to be a lot easier on your body.
Wait, man. I said so many interviews. I should have done this a long time ago. Uh, I feel like the more we get older, our bodies grow with us, and the longer we do the sport, our muscles grow and stuff like that. So I should have done this maybe 3, 4 years ago. But man, I feel amazing. Just focusing on the art, And with the 45, my fight was the fucking scale. So I'm like, it's so unhealthy uh, to go in there like that, especially even the next day. Yeah, people like, oh, you have 24 hours to recover. But if the weight cuts are hard, you might need 48 hours. So yeah, I feel amazing at 155.
What's the biggest you get? Like, if you get out of camp a little bit and you decide to eat a little bit, whatever you want, like, how heavy do you get nowadays?
Now it's not that heavy. Before 45, I would get heavy all the way to 190 at 145. So right now I'm fighting a 155, and the heaviest I could get is 175. That's about it. So I'm still staying within 20 pounds. But me, I'm crazy. I train year round, so I never stop training.
That's great. I'm happy that you're in this new weight class. I'm excited to see you move up the ranks here in your next couple of fights. I mean, it must be really nice to be able to be at home, to travel to the Forum in Inglewood, which is so close to where you're at, rather than having to travel all the way to Connecticut for the Mohegan Sun.
It's really nice, like you said, it's only a hour drive for me, rather than going to Connecticut. Oh, that takes the whole day. Like literally, we live here like at 7 in the morning. We won't get there till like 9 o'clock at night, so it takes that whole day. But we got used to Connecticut also. But it's always nice when it's local.
How do you like the Mohegan Sun? Because it seems like that is Bellator's new, I guess, home where they're putting most of their events. I'm all the way up in Maine, so I travel down to Mohegan pretty frequently to cover these events, and it's a great casino and venue. How do you like it?
I mean, I like the venue a lot. I like the casino a lot. Uh, I even like the commissioners. But what I don't like about the Mohegan Sun is the judges. Ah, those judges just, there's some fights this year, last year, um, that the judges. But other than that, I like everyone there. Like I think the commissioner, the head of the commissioner, I forgot his name. Man, but he's so strict. But he's really nice to me, so I'm cool with him. I'm glad me and him are cool.
Well, your last fight at Bellator 251 was in November of 2020. You got a split win over Bryce Logan. Did you feel like that should have been a UD win, or were you disappointed with that split decision?
Yeah, that one was supposed to, not it was for sure unanimous. And then the one before that with Miles Jury, that's the one I was like, oh man, uh, this is it was close, but I won for sure. I won that fight too. So that's about it. But when they say with Bryce Logan split, I was like, oh, here we go again. I was just like, it's better not the other way. But my, so I'm happy.
I've talked to a lot of fighters in the past that believe, either fighters that are currently competing or retired fighters should be cage side as judges because you guys know what you're looking for. You'd have a better idea as to how to score these fights.
But absolutely, I think it'll be another gig for retired fighters to do, get into judging, be a ref. But man, yeah, just some of those judges, you could just tell, I mean, they're sitting there like this, and they're like, but you could tell some of them are not even there. Like they're not even they're sitting, but you could tell by looking at them they're not there. So I think having ex-pro fighters be a judge, it'll be the best thing.
Is that something you do when you decide to walk away from active competition?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to be that. That's a big responsibility. I mean, I just opened up a gym like in February, so I like that. I like the gym. I like to coaching part and just helping out fighters with the nutrition and conditioning. But I'm also a black belt. But just the gym, like I said, open up in February. Just focus on just kids jiu-jitsu. We're really strict on the kids jiu-jitsu. We push our kids in a good way. We build them. We give them that confidence, and it just there's tournaments coming up, so I'm excited to take them to tournaments. But it's doing good. We just started slowly, but it's going to build up.
Very cool. How big is Lorenz these days? I know he's a pretty muscular dude. Is he basically like your main training partner, or one of the guys that you're getting most of that work in with?
He's one of the guys, and yeah, man. Lorenz is pretty. He's in the 200, maybe 200, which is still good from 170, like 30 pounds away. But he's strong, man. So and a big 70 pounder. So I go with him. He pushes me. He pushes me to my limits. It's always good. But for this camp, it was training with him and also training with Melsik. Melsik fights for UFC. He's an Armenian guy, good kickboxer, Melsik Bagdasaryan. Train with them a lot. There's another kid, Arnold Jimenez. A lot of guys in Millennia. Chris Hernandez. There's a lot of up-and-comers that train there. So it was.
That's fantastic. And I know you're always going to have your normal bumps and bruises in camp. I mean, it is a grind to get into the cage here. How healthy is your body feeling right now? Are you feeling as good as you possibly could?
Oh, yeah. I'm healthy as healthy. 100%, no injuries. You hear fighters talk about going into the fight with injuries, and it happened past where I go into certain fights with certain bumps and stuff. But this one, 0 bumps, nothing, no injuries, nothing.
Now, you were supposed to fight Adam Piccolotti in May, and that unfortunately was canceled. How disappointing was that? And is that a fight that maybe you could be rebooked at some point in the near future?
Yeah. I know something happened with the shoulder, and that fight didn't go through. I was really looking forward to that fight. He's a great fighter too, and yeah, I'm trying to see if I could fight him maybe in Russia, because Bellator has a card in Moscow. And I have a big crowd fan base in Russia, so I would like to fight him there, or anyone else on top 10.
What's your current contractual situation with Bellator? How many fights do you have left on your deal?
I have currently right now 2 more fights left with them.
Can you ever see yourself going somewhere else, or are you just happy where you're at in Bellator and you want to climb to getting maybe a title shot at 155?
Yeah. Like I said, I switched to 55. I realistically see myself going into this fight with Kiefer Crosbie as 3-0 in Bellator at 155. I mean, I beat Paul Redman, I beat Miles Jury, Bryce Logan, and that's my goal. I'm not in this division to be a gatekeeper or someone to try to make a name off of me. I want serious fights. There's a few guys in top 10 that are calling out my name, and I'll get hold of them. So I have an Irish guy in front of me, so let me handle him first, and then I'll handle you guys.
Tell me a little bit about yourself outside of the cage. I see there's a big surfboard behind you. Like, what do you like to do outside of training MMA?
Oh.
Do you get out there in the water a lot?
No, this is my brother-in-law's, but I have my bike here. This is where I do my workouts. Bike.
Okay.
So yeah. Outside the cage, just man, I stay like I said, I train all the time, so it's not like I stop or I take a break. I don't like to take a break. But outside of fighting, just spend a lot of time with my kids. I have 2 daughters and 1 son, so I spend a lot of time with them. They also train jiu-jitsu, so that's good. So when I'm teaching, I spend more time with them too. But yeah, just living this life.
Are you a team sports fan? Do you like the Lakers, Dodgers? Do you get into anything else, or are you strictly MMA?
No, I watch soccer. I'm a big soccer fan. I watch my team Barcelona, so I'll follow them. But yeah, anything like I know Olympics is starting Friday, which is tomorrow. So that's why I'm gonna watch that. So I like watching some wrestling matches. So it's always fun. So, but yeah, I keep up with Barcelona.
I gotta ask you about Kingdom. I'm a massive fan of the show. Me and my fiance, we got hooked during the pandemic. We watched the whole thing, man. And clearly, you were there. You were on the show. Is there a chance maybe they're going to be coming back and you're going to make an appearance? Like, what have you heard?
I don't know if I'm gonna make appearance, but I've been hearing a lot. They are coming back. They are for sure coming back, and it's a great show. It kind of shows you the it's certain fighters go through a lot of things, so it shows a lot. And I had a good time, man. I had a good time with all those guys, with Nick, Frank Grillo. I had a really good time with Frank Grillo and Tucker, Jonathan Tucker. Like, that guy is funny.
Yeah, I think he might be my favorite character. Out of all of the actors that are on the show, who's the one that's the actual best mixed martial artist, if you had to pick one?
Best mixed martial artists out of the actors, I would have to go with Frank Grillo, because he knew a lot about the sport, man. Like, I picked his brain, and he goes to certain gyms in LA where he spends time working on his hands on boxing. So Frank Grillo for sure. He's a G.
Yeah, man. He's almost 60 years old. That's wild. The shape.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, he doesn't even look like one.
No, I know. Tell me about it. All right. I just want to get your thoughts on this 155-pound division. You got Patricio Pitbull, the champion. How many fights away do you feel like you are from getting a matchup with him? And how does that fight play out stylistically?
Fighting Patricio Pitbull. It plays out good right now because I'm a different fighter. He's a different fighter. He's on a crazy run, which not a lot of people are talking about it. He's riding that wave of just beating a lot of great fighters. And I honestly feel like before I even fight him, you never know. There might be different champions, because I don't know what's going on, who's fighting next. But I match up really good with them. I could wrestle him now differently. I feel like at 55 especially. At 45, I might have just lost a lot of strength, but at 55, I could wrestle him. And stand up, we don't want to mess with the stand up because he has really great left hook. But yeah, I can't give out too much because he might go back and watch this interview. But yeah, just try to wrestle him, keep it awkward.
All right. Well, hopefully that fight.
Do that.
Well, say that one more time.
I said AJ should do that, which I think he's going to.
Okay. Who do you think wins that fight?
Man, I've answered this question, and I picked Patricio because, again, experience-wise and everything. But again, like people are saying, AJ is undefeated. You know, he's never tasted a defeat. So it's going to be interesting. If AJ wins, which I think is going to be really hard, it's going to be in the first round. It's going to be knockout or TKO, but I'm going for Patricio.
Okay, can't wait to see that one. Let's talk about your fight. Kiefer Crosbie, he's 8-2. He's got 3 wins via TKO or KO, and then 2 submission victories. Where does he, I guess, pose the biggest threat here in this fight?
The biggest pose, I think, is him coming forward and going for bump. Like, he throws everything with power. When I analyze a fighter, he said he has 2 submissions, he has 3 KOs, so he knows jiu-jitsu. He has a few submission games. Some of his fight went to decision, and when he goes to decision, he gets tired. And especially his last fight when he fought Leroy, he got tired. I think he wanted to get out of that fight. I know he got a bad cut and they stopped it, but he comes forward, he tries to throw down, and it's good. You know, I like the fighters that come to the middle. I don't like chasing fighters. But if I have to chase him, I have no problem.
You're clearly, the veteran fighter here in this matchup. Do you feel you're going to be able to kind of dictate where the pace of this fight goes, and you're going to be able to get the better of him, whether it is on the feet or on the ground?
Of course. Everything is in my hand. Like, I have 3 to 4 times more fights than he does. Like I said, I like it's good going in there and fixing that puzzle. And of course, I'm going in there with the game plan, but I'm gonna go in there and just be me, just be me. And if he wants to trade, we could trade. If he wants to go to the ground, we could go to the ground. If he wants to make it a war, we can make it a war. But don't forget, I have a lot of tools in my pocket, and I can use them anytime I want. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward.
How does it end? What's your prediction?
Oh, my prediction is I'm going to win for sure. Get him a little tired and then knock him out. or get him tired and choke him out.
First, second round, do you think it gets out of the first round, or do you think it could go maybe into the third?
I want to drag him later rounds because later rounds I see him make a lot of mistakes. But that being said, I always come forward, so I might try to finish in the first 10 seconds. So it's good.
Very good, man. Can't wait for this one. Again, July 31st, Bellator 263. Georgi Karakhanyan and Kiefer Crosbie. It's a pleasure to interview you for the first time, sir. I want to give you the floor before I let you go. Tell people where to follow you on social media, and if you have anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Thank you for having me, brother. And then if on social media, I'm at Georgi MMA. But yeah, I appreciate anyone's support, and check me out on July 31st.